a bad one like you. Yeah, you need a bad man like me.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just a Kick It Is a Blessing podcast with your host, Keith Tupac Gatiramu. Today is a very, very special episode. I have a very special guest in the studio with me. But even before I introduce my guest, I just want to remind you that today's episode is brought to you by the Healthy Hub. So go out there and look for them online or on social media and just have a look at the amazing products they have, Without further ado, I'd like my guest to introduce himself.
Yo. I go by the name of Korb. I'm an artist and also younger brother to the host of this podcast and special guest, like you said. I'm very, very flattered, man. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, first of all, a lot of people actually don't know, like, we're brothers. I think, when was it? Like, Dad's birthday, a week ago.
Yeah.
When now I posted the photo of the family, like, happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, I think like 4 or 5 people asked me, yeah, you and Korbs are brothers.
Oh, really?
So it's crazy, it's crazy,
Yeah,
it's crazy,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before people used to know he has Tupac's brother. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Times have changed.
Times have changed now. Now I'm Kobe's brother.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy, man. Out of that shit, yes, sir.
But that's crazy, and I'm happy that, times have actually gotten to change,
Sir.
But anyways, first of all, thank you for coming today. And today I brought you in the studio, to talk about something, sibling relationships, And that's a tough one because, like a lot of people who have known us from the get-go, our sibling relationship hasn't been that smooth. But, it's something we've been working on, And
True.
I kind of feel like it's a topic that people need to talk about more because even when you look at it, the first 2 siblings in the Bible murdered each other, which was Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
And there's many other stories like that, And the thing is, I think a lot of people think that sibling rivalry is... Okay, it's wrong when it gets to that point, but it's good to start understanding things so you don't take things from the past into the future. Because like I said, you can't change the past, but you can change a lot about the future.
That's true.
So anyways, my first question comes to you is...
Yes, sir.
What do you think, or what factors do you think played a role for us to have a shaky relationship in the start?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
If I'm to put anything on it, I would probably say misunderstanding.
Yeah.
We misunderstood each other a lot.
Yeah.
And like, even when we'd have arguments, man, it was just like no one was arguing to understand the other person. You just wanted to prove your point right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm right, he's wrong.
Yeah.
Or say someone there says, oh, I'm right, she's wrong. And I feel like as I grew older, I started to understand, and our relationship changed to the point where like you stop seeing me like as a little kid.
Yeah.
You're seeing me as your younger brother.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we really misunderstood each other a lot.
Yeah.
And like mom and dad say we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
So they say it's just you guys, you clash because of your similarities.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I took a lot of learning, man. I took a lot of like humility and accepting when you're wrong. And for both of us, that is. And look, now we're here. We're sat at your office, you know what I'm saying, doing your work.
Yeah.
And like 5 years ago, probably like 8 years ago, and I don't know if I should say this, but hey,
Bro, just honest.
hey, we used to have a shaky relationship, man. It was almost to the point of hate. It was a lot of dislike.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But I guess as we grew older, man, we started seeing, started being on the same page on some things. And like, now you take me out
Yeah.
to the clubs where I can't enter because I'm not 25 or, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I hope mom and dad aren't watching this.
Yeah, for sure.
But
they're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, for real though. But yeah, just understanding, man. Misunderstanding.
Like there's something that you've said that actually now, okay, if I answer my part of the question is, I think what you said is we are a lot alike. Yeah,
That's true.
And off the top of your head, like say 5 things you think we're alike at. Okay, me, I wrote mine,
Oh, okay, safe.
but you say yours. Like 5 things you think we're,
Really alike.
yeah.
I would say...
You said actually 2 when you were talking.
Yeah? Oh, damn.
The one for always wanting to be right.
Always wanting to be right.
Yeah.
Not asking for help.
Yeah.
I would say understanding in the way that we'd get angry
Yeah.
with
Temper.
anyone. Yeah, temper issues, that's
Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, just that whole thing of wanting to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
And wanting to please everyone leaves you at a point where you have no cards on the table to play because everyone is taking them, yeah.
For me, the first one I wrote, and then I want you to try and think why I wrote this one.
Yeah.
Spontaneous. Bro, we're very much spontaneous if you look at it. Impulsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think so? Or like, give me an example you think so. For spontaneous, me, the one that I can actually think of the top of my head, is how you found me going to Coast and you're like, yo, bro, where are you going? Okay, even me, I'm coming.
Yeah, I was no, like for real though, like you have a history for being spontaneous. Like if I'm saying this in front of your audience,
No, bro.
There's times where this guy would be like on Thursday, he has plans for the weekend, blah, blah, blah. And like Saturday I go and knock on his door and I'm like, yo, Park, wake up. And mom goes like, oh yeah, brother, this guy is in Malindi. Or, or this guy has gone to Naivasha. And I'm like, yo, then we have like a plan. And then like the same goes for me. Like sometimes I just be sitting at home. It could be like almost curfew and I get a phone call from my friends and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going out. Or, you know what, I'm just going to go on a 3-day bender and come back on Monday and see what mom and dad think about it, man.
Yeah, that's the first one for sure. That one we actually have. The next one was intelligent. Yeah, mom and dad have always said that.
I mean, look.
But I'm a bit slightly intelligent. Allow it.
I'll let you have that one. One of us has a degree. The other one is a dropout. But like intelligent in our own ways. Like I have seen like your achievements in school, and like let me bring Carl into it. Because like for me, like one of my brothers was like that straight A student that's, how do I say, the model for what a student should be.
Yeah.
And the other, shout out Carl, he never really cared much for school. So like now being the youngest, there was so much pressure because in school, right, we're in the same school for some time. And like
for all our lives.
Yeah, for all our lives until like you moved, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like teachers would be like, yo, why can't you just be like Tupac, like he doesn't cause us problems. I mean, that we know of. that we know of.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like you just want to be like, Carl is a troublemaker, blah, blah, blah. And like I used to sit down with Carl like days on end. He's telling me, yo, this school shit is bullshit, man. Like not all of us can become doctors.
Yeah.
Not all of us can become politicians or businessmen. Like life is like whatever you have in store.
Yeah.
And like if you're seeing they're going down this road, like it's wasting time. Like for example, he wants to chase football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like he's seeing like a lot of it is being wasted in college.
Yeah. And
I speak to him and I'm still like, you know what, you have to find a way. Find a balance. Because at the end of the day, you're living your life for you. But the sad truth about it is you're living it for a lot of other people.
It's about finding balance.
Yes, sir.
But then also you're an A student because the trophies at home show that.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I wrote actually intelligence.
Yeah.
Because even like when I look at like why we'd never get along was because it's two smart people arguing against each other. Mm-hmm. And definitely the other personalities, we all want to be right.
True.
So we think we're smart enough to be right even when we're wrong. We can't admit it. Yeah.
I read someone had said, like, do you watch Joe Rogan's podcast?
I've watched a couple.
Yeah, so he did one with Neil deGrasse Tyson and he was like, the smartest people are the ones who know how much they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
That's crazy.
A fool is the one who tell you, I know everything. But a smart person would accept like, yo, there's so much that I don't know.
So we aren't even smart.
We weren't even smart. We're stupid people.
We're very stupid, yeah?
Yeah, honestly. Like,
the truth is both of us thought we knew.
Yeah. And like, but as you said, there's always room for changing. There's always room for learning. Yeah, and like we have dad who's almost 60 and he's still learning and he still comes and chats to us, tries to find out like what we think on something or like what we think about this. And it's dope though. That like you have a chance to always change.
Yeah. Next one. Temper,
man. Hey. It's been there since I was a kid. And like...
It's still there.
Yeah, man. I try to manage it nowadays. But like, what I've realized is like, okay, I was the last born, man. And being the last one, you guys used to think it's like, oh, you always get special treatment. Can I remind you of that day? Like,
yeah,
we went to GP cutting, right?
Yeah.
And then I never could ever. That was like when they had those big cars in the small track.
Oh, those weird green and yellow.
Yeah. And then you guys were old enough to go on
the car
on the actual track, right?
Yeah.
So I go on my small track.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, whatever, and I finish.
Yeah.
You guys finish.
Yeah.
And you guys come back to the small track. You take those cars and you go to the big track. And I'm sitting there like, yo, like, this is my moment. Like, why are you not letting me do this? And I swear to God, like, it took me years to forgive you guys. It took me a while to get over, man. If I'm being honest, if I'm telling you about it, like 10 years later, then you know. Because, like, I just felt like I grew up like a crybaby, man. Yeah. I'll tell you guys that too. Yeah. And some of my friends to this day, they'll still tell you, like, I'm just that guy. I always like when something doesn't make sense to me, and like it's so easy for other people to see it. Yeah. And they're just you feel like they're choosing not to. Yeah. That upsets you. It frustrates you. And like also growing up, man, like as old boys in the house. Yeah. We had this mentality for, hey, stay strong, don't cry. Yeah. Boys don't cry. Get rid of that stuff. Just be a hard man. Yeah. And like, what good has that done to anyone, man? Like, nothing. I have friends that are like 21, 22, and they still don't know how to deal with their emotions. Yeah. And like, for anyone listening there, if you're a parent, bro, like for us, our generation, we were raised traditionally, man, because like parents came from a time where they were just like, yo, this was it. You go to school, you finish school, you go to college, you finish college, you get a job, and then you leave my house. There was no time for, hey, I'm sad or anything. Or like, hey, I feel this way. So our parents kind of raised us in the same way, but can we really blame them? No, we can't. No. But now it's up to us. What can we do different?
Like in fact, no cap. I plan on having a podcast soon with first dad and then mom.
That'd be dope.
And, you know, just to actually also tell people out there that there's no cookbook for how to raise kids.
It's true.
You see, a cookbook says first put sugar, then put salt. You get? But there's no cookbook for how to raise a child. Yeah. You know, and I think a lot of us, and personally like me, there's so many, like you see, just the same way you've remembered the GP cutting story. Mm-hmm. I think also for me, there's so many personal stories like that that, you know, like you hold mom and dad accountable for, when the truth is they had no manual or no.
And it was never their intention to like...
Yeah, it was never their intention.
It's never a parent's intention to hurt their kid, bro.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, man. And like, growing older is just... Excuse me. We just come to understand that like, yo, like... Because I told you, like, you know, like doing this music stuff, for it takes you to many places. There's a day when Jamhuri, man, when we're shooting Watch Any Rest. Yeah. Yeah, and we're just talking about life with these guys who like, they stay in like a house, just goons. Yeah. And like, they take care of themselves. They get money how they have to. And then like we sat there at one point and I'm in Sabiu and we're just like telling each other like, yo, maisha ain't a marking scheme, bro. Like no one, like if you try to live your life like someone else's, you'll end up like failing. Like no one will be graded on the same thing. Yeah. Like life is yours, bro. Like bora to you help out people, you empower people, and you just do good. Yeah. And yeah, that's just how you should live life, I guess. Okay.
The last one, emotional.
Emotional.
Yeah, very emotional.
Yeah.
Like, no cap, like, even when I look at it, I think, even you know, when I look at it, the songs that I like best are the emotionals.
The ones that come from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like, I feel like, you know, we spend a lot of time, like I said, as guys, suppressing our emotions. So, when it comes to a point where, like, you can't anymore, they come out really, really deeply, like so intense. So like, I just, you know, like there's times when it's manageable, then there's times where like certain things that you're seeing around you are upsetting you. Yeah. But because of like the situation or like the day, you just have to suppress it. So when it comes out, it comes out hard, man. Like people like around you will feel it. And like those that care about you will probably be affected the most.
Yeah. No. The emotional one, I totally understand. Like when I look at it, like even like some of your songs, like the stuff that you say it makes me feel like I've written it. No cap, yeah. Like what's it? Like Summer Girl Interlude.
Yes.
There
You just
is-
played it on the way here.
Yeah, bro, but you knew every time I'm in the show, yeah?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
there's a part where it was what? But I sent you a text, but it's coming, it's cool.
Because I still
Still
got the
didn't
message.
no. What did you say?
Wish you the best. No, wait, hey, what the?
Wish
Now
you
I
the
look like a
best.
fraud, man.
No.
Wish you the best. You can send me no text because it's cool and it's calm because I still
Still got the message. I was like, yo, that one.
Yeah.
I had that. I said, bring it back. I said, yo,
Run it back.
And then there's also the one that, bro, it's like it was one of your first songs. Like even like the one that you have the cover here. It's called How Something, bro. I can't remember, but I'll remember it.
There was Do Not Hear Me Out.
Hear me out.
Hear
Like that
Me
one.
Out, yeah.
Even when was it? Like last Thursday when I was leaving the studio.
Yeah.
I was telling someone this is my favorite Korb song. Man.
Serious?
Like Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out is that was deep. It's too deep, bro. Like that one. Like I'm like okay, this one I could have written it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, okay, this one I hadn't written it, but like just from the conversation I've actually just gotten this, yeah, is how we express our emotions. You see, for you tend to express a lot of your emotions through your art, which is music. And then for me, it's through my podcast, you know, which is also like an art. Yeah. So I think that's like...
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to find an escape sometimes because, like, reality is a lot, bro. So, like, for me in the studio, like, we spend hours on end in the studio. Like, there's times where I used to sleep on the floor in the studio.
Yeah.
When we were making Ukweli.
Yeah.
Just because Ukweli had about 11 tracks on it. Yeah, it was 11, but in reality, we made about 20.
Yeah.
20 to like 25. Because it was me and Sabiwu. Sabiwu did the production, shout out him. And like, literally, like, I'd be sleeping like until the morning, just trying to write some stuff. And then it just, it just feels like the only place where you're supposed to be. You can go like, let's say, play ball.
Yeah.
But then at the back of your mind, you feel like, oh, I should be here.
Yeah.
Or like you can go for a meeting and like, oh, I should be here.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the studio, I'm like, bro, that's literally nowhere else.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just eventually it works out, man.
Yeah, I keep on telling people they're like things like that people do that they're actually at their happiest. You know, like I'm sure for Carl it's like when he's playing ball. Like when he's on the field, like, there's nowhere else he'd rather be. Like, even for me, like, I think, like, in the studio, doing this is probably the place I'm the happiest.
In your element.
Because, like, even when I've had a tough week, I look forward to Thursdays. Like, anyone who knows me, like, yo, Paco, him, Thursdays, he looks forward to it. And before I looked forward to Thursdays, so I could turn up and everything.
Yes.
But, now it's, because... I actually want to be, here in the studio and everything. Wow.
That's good, man.
I lost my... Next question now.
Yeah.
So you've known me for a very long time, You've seen my...
life.
Yeah, okay, your whole life, yeah, So
Yeah.
You've known me for your whole life, yeah.
Yes.
So, like, when you look at me, what's one thing you think I could improve as a person? I can tell you yours and then as I let you think.
Okay. Yeah, tell me mine.
I tell you yours.
Yeah.
Personally, as a big brother, I always want the best for you.
Yeah.
So I think the one thing, okay, I'll say two. One is, even though your music is doing good, like, bro, I think in the last 2 or 3 months, you probably had like more than 6-7 concerts.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Like,
that's amazing because it's COVID and people are complaining about not having shows, not having ways and what. I think one good thing you can do is, but it's also just me as a big brother and also talking like from a father perspective is get a degree. You're not, school is not hard for you.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you can easily achieve,
Yeah.
And I know you, when you put your mind to something, it's not hard for you to achieve.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that's my point.
Okay, talk on that about the degree.
Yeah.
School is, it's difficult, right? It's like hard. Like, there's a time Sabiu called me to help him with an exam. Oh my God. When I tell you I knew nothing, like I knew nothing. And I was just like, yo, bro, like, let me just go out. And because I'm not helping you. I'm literally joking here. And he's just like, so.
What's he studying?
What is he studying? Business, something to do with business.
Yeah.
Business, one of the business courses.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, about getting a degree, it's definitely something I'm thinking of doing. But like in this day and age, do you really need a degree or do you need like applicable skills that can be monetized?
Yeah, that's true.
I'd rather stack up like with certificates or something
Yeah.
of skills that can be used in this world rather than going 4 years,
Yeah.
4 years, whatever, how long it takes, 3 years. And then I come out and like, have you seen the stats in Kenya, bro? Like only 10% of working class Kenyans make over 100K a month.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I put my work in like hard in this too,
Yeah.
I can get more than that.
Yeah.
In like
Easily.
3 weekends or 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm advocating all those in school, stay in school. Please don't drop out. And like, cause I'll eventually go back someday. Yeah. But when it makes sense.
Yeah.
When it makes sense. Like right now there's so much going on. Like God willing, we're planning a tour.
Yeah.
Around Kenya, man. If that goes through, then I won't have time for school. But like online is crazy because like guys are getting degrees online. So yeah, degree. I heard you, big bro.
Yeah. Okay, now you.
What would I say? I wouldn't say what you could. Okay, what you could do better is what you are doing now. But like specialize on the things that you do and do them great. Because like I was even watching this podcast the other day when the guy was like, sometimes when you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing. So like, so you have the healthy hub, you have your job, and you have this.
Yeah.
Those are like your 3 babies.
Yeah.
Just keep at it.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, not everyone's gonna understand, bro. Not your friends, not your family, not your significant other. Not everyone's gonna understand. So like, don't let that beat you down. Don't let other people probably your age that are moving extremely fast. Cause like Maisha ain't a marking scheme, G.
Yeah.
You at the end of your life, Bora too, you've said, hey, I'm happy, man. Like I really did it, man. Like, yeah, cause like success is relative. Success is so relative. Cause for me, like I can think, oh yeah, like, 10,000 for a show is too little. Don't pay me that, bro.
Yeah.
But then you go outside and someone is paid 10K and like that is what they've been waiting for their whole life.
Yeah.
So yeah, just for me, just know success is relative and specialize on the 3 things you do and do them well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the one thing you believe I can do to improve as a brother? I can say mine first again as I get
just stop being an asshole. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I know some days I have my days and I'm an asshole. No cap.
Yeah, those days I just don't even try and talk to you, man. That's what I realized. Like, bro, like I was like, cool. This guy's had a rough day. He's about to take it out on me. No chance.
Yeah.
Avoid him.
Yeah.
But as a big brother, bro, like, yo, man, like, you're a real ass nigga, man. And I thank you for that. And you're doing a good job. Like, bro, you support me hard, man. Like, and even my homies, like what we do, and like you check me when I'm on the wrong, bro. Like you really check me when I'm on the wrong. And like to have a brother who's like a yes man is just not right, you know. Because like I'd like to have someone who like, say, yo, Korby, this is wrong. Like, yo, don't do that, or like whatever. So yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, for me, basically, mine's a bit deep, man. But, anyways, I think for me, the first thing you can do is put family first. And then, secondly, because mainly me and you are here, I think the best thing we could actually do is to, strengthen our relationship. We shouldn't have our arguments through Carl. That's a bit, yeah.
Mediator.
Yeah, he's mediator, but you know what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it should be direct, especially now that, we're men and hopefully we've gotten to the point where we don't have to believe everything is right, and now that we're more understanding, I think like that's the, the best thing we could do.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, yeah, now a bit of a negative one,
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the main thing about this podcast is people need to realize the importance of family, especially siblings.
Yeah.
There's no one who's closer to you than your siblings, not even your parents.
Yeah.
Your siblings are probably the people closest to you on earth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have so many struggling relationships with their siblings. And I wanted us to come here to have this conversation to show people it is possible, to show people that it matters what you want to learn about each other and, build from that.
Yeah.
You get? Because you see, even one thing that you've said today that I've seen as importance is you've realized a lot of the things that influenced you when you're a child that play a big role in who you are today, your personality.
Yeah.
And that's the conversation I actually keep on doing. And that's why I listen to a podcast every day, is because I'm trying to understand what are these things that happened maybe when I was younger that are influencing who I am today. Because if I know that, then I can learn to, control them better.
And a lot of like people our age don't get that. Like a lot of the stuff that you've seen, like when you're young, or the stuff that you're put through, it really affects you, and it's underlying issues that stay deep, like in like traumas and all that other stuff. Because I have friends like who have like real PTSD.
Yeah.
And like they just don't know it. Like it's just because like I just understand them. I don't try to put them in difficult situations, and I just hope like one day, like as men, we can sit down at a table, and talk about this. Because like when girls, yeah, exactly. You see, exactly. But how many people would do this? Yeah, exactly. And like when like as girls do it, like when they do it, it's like, yo, it's so admirable. Yeah. And it's like, yo, look at that. Wow, what a friendship. But then when guys do it, the moment they do, oh bro, that's gay, that's weak. Yeah. Or like, that's they start calling you this and that. They start saying, oh, you're
and
all
they
of
think
that
it
stuff.
only
yeah, and I'm like, bro,
tequila shots.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, like how am I a softie? Because I'm checking on my boy. Doesn't that make me a strong guy to check on my boy? Yeah, it's true. Don't just shrug me off and say that, because it's like it's it's not fair. And how are we gonna progress like that?
Today I was actually on the way here in the car. Yeah. When I was online, I saw a tweet saying that Kenya is ranked, I think, the 4th highest in Africa in depression and 9th in the world.
That's crazy.
Bro, do you know how many countries there are in the world? And we're ranked 9th.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is actually, I didn't know that.
But even I looked at it, I was like, are they sure? Are they sure,
like, but you see it though, like you see it. Yeah. You see it.
It's just guys don't know how to talk about it.
They'd rather meet at Spasso on Sunday and drink.
Bottomless mimosas.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like, that's actually a crazy stat, because like, I think about like 80% of my friends like have gone through depression or are going through depression right now, and like boys and girls. Yeah. So like it's crazy, because like, that song Hear Me Out, when I was like, no, I'm always telling jokes because I love to see you laughing. That's why like when I meet people, I just want to be like the funny guy, because there's too much sadness in someone's life for us to meet for like an hour and not laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. Yeah. So like at the same time, we should also check on our homies. Like we can't always just be laughing. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I think.
No, it's actually totally like, even like with one of my friends, like me, actually, I beat him up about it, because like I could actually tell there was something wrong, but he doesn't want. Yeah. And he'll be like, no, come, let's go for a beer, nini. He starts the story, the next thing you already faded, the story never ends. And it's, it kept on being that cycle until like now
it's
just
like avoiding it.
Yeah, just one day I was like, yo, listen, me, I'm tired of this stuff. Either we're having this conversation or me, I'm deeping. Yeah. So I think like, as much as you want to have that happiness, I think the best way is to address it. Because I think once you speak about it, you've already let half of it out.
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, like to the next question I said, you told us about the GP cutting thing. Yeah. What's another thing you've never forgiven me for? So I'd like to say sorry to you.
No, I actually have. I have, bro, because like, I don't know if I want to say this, but like, okay, since we're having a real conversation, like you said, like
it doesn't matter.
Like I've been through like extensive therapy, like for people who don't know, like for months on end, and since I was like 17. So there's one thing that we did was like find out like all those who hurt you. So it was a remorse activity, getting rid of remorse. Yeah. So like those things that you like, I actually have forgotten about them right now. I can't say it off the dome. So just like everything. Like I'm sure this year our relationship has changed in a way because of like therapy that we did last year with family and everyone. So yeah, like I forgive you for everything, but trust me, like and I understand you. No, I forgive you, but I understand you more. I understand like why you were mean to me on some days, and like, you know, because like there's this thing called like there's a person in the pain body, like a pain body, but like when they're hurt, they just want to hurt you.
Yeah.
And you know the famous saying is misery loves company.
Yeah, true.
But then also the saying after that is that people forget is that company really doesn't care much for misery.
Yeah.
So like
I didn't know the second part.
You didn't know the second part?
I didn't know the second part. That's actually something new to me.
Company doesn't care much for misery. So like if someone's sad, like no one's gonna go to the guy who's sad.
Yeah.
Guys are gonna go where there's happy, but then the sad guy is gonna come and just shed his misery on everyone. So like so it's crazy. Like the point we're at right now is we all good.
And I actually agree with you. I think also for me, a lot of my negativity came because of all the pain I was going through, which you know because I've already shared it on the podcast before.
Yes.
So like you said, what's it? Pain loves misery.
Misery loves company, but company doesn't care much for misery.
Yeah, but anyways, at the end of the day, I'm actually sorry.
Nice, cool, bro.
And it's the way forward.
Cool.
You get?
We good, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Anyways, my next question. Sorry, I have to read it today. Like I don't want to miss anything.
No pressure.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off the top of your head, what's one of the most loving things you think I've done for you?
My 17th birthday.
What did you
Never
do?
forget.
Hey.
Time you surprised me at Bedouin. Yeah, man. And the whole day I was just vexed at you guys, bro. Like no one wanted to hang out with me. Like no one was telling me, yo, like Korby, you just stay at home, man. And like I remember I went back to the house and I just smoked and I slept. I was just like, yo, man. Like then at night, Jamie comes and Jabbar.
Yeah.
Like, yo, let's go to Bedouin. We get some shisha, blah, blah, all this. I enter and I'm seeing all my boys. And I see you there and you're like, yo, happy birthday, bro. This is for you, man. Like, I was like, yo, wow.
That's crazy.
You were honestly thinking. I didn't think that this was the last thing. And you were the last person I thought would go out of his way to do something crazy for me. So it just showed how much I didn't know.
Yeah.
And how much people actually care for me.
I remember that day. We actually mainly people. Yeah.
It's all my people, family, aunties, a few of them.
It was actually a good one. Okay, for me, I think the one that really surprised me was, when was it? Was it December or February? I think February. I think I was going to Coast. And then, what is it? Oh, and then you just came and you just gave me an envelope. I think you had just performed.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, why is this guy giving me an envelope?
I
got to Coast, Gumbe. You know, first of all, that envelope, I just kept it in the suitcase.
Oh, you didn't know what it was?
I didn't know. So like, when I got to Coast, I was like, oh my God, this guy actually gave me peas.
Yeah.
And that's the time there was no peas, bro.
I know.
So at least that time I was able, like, you know, go lunch with my friends and everything.
Yeah.
You know, so that one I was actually very grateful for. I actually didn't expect
It's
that.
the least I could do, bro. Least I could do.
Now that I think we're almost coming to an end to it, so there's like 2 more questions. What's the one thing that you admire about me? So I'll answer yours first.
Okay.
So, for me, I think the one thing I admire about you is you choose you've learned to choose your happiness and your career and whatever over everything else, you know. And you see, like right now, you are expected to play a really big, prestigious golf tournament, but you actually told those guys to excuse you because you needed to
make a hard decision.
Yeah, make a hard decision, you know, get your life in order. You had the couple concerts coming up. You had some music you're trying to make, you know, and I actually respect you for that because for me personally, I'd have never done that. No cap.
Thank you,
you get?
man.
I'd have been like, I'd have tried to find a way to squeeze in that thing. You get? Yeah. But, you know, for you to have actually told them, I'm sorry, I can't play, that was like, you know, I was like, I respect that. And I even had an argument with mom about it. She's like, no, you have to talk to your brother. You can't behave like that. I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? I think that's the greatest thing the guy has done.
Cheers,
and
man.
that should be a lesson to all of us to always put ourselves first. Not at what other people want, no matter how prestigious or big it is. You know, so that one I really admire about you. No cap.
I felt in a way it was just a choice. So like I've spent most of my life trying to make everyone else happy.
Yeah.
So like it was really hard because like, you know, like we were a team.
Yeah.
And like those guys were depending on me, but like I'm also depending on myself.
Yeah.
Because like after those 3 days, we go back to ghosting each other.
Yeah.
Like for like another year.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. It was just hard, but at the end of the day, some hard decisions are the best decisions to make. I believe, man.
No, it was a tough decision that you made, and I actually.
Thank you. I thought you were gonna say you admire my lyrical ability, but
I know. Are you mad, bro? My lyrical ability is mad, bro.
No,
if I drop for you here, you might lose your job, bro.
No. You might lose your viewers.
What?
Your viewers, viewer retention, man. Chill. Next episode.
If I drop for you,
next episode. Next
I'll
episode.
drop for them in the next episode. Yeah. I think I've
no,
actually
man.
asked a lot of questions here, so I'll just ask the last one.
What am I gonna say? About you is you're extremely hard-headed in the right way. Like when you have your goal and your vision set on something, no matter whoever is around you or whatever's trying to influence you to go the other direction, like your tunnel vision has what's brought you like so much success in your life, even small wins, big wins, where you're working now, man. Like, who would have thought, bro?
Yeah.
Who would have thought,
that was
bro?
all good, bro. That
Yeah, man.
expected.
Yeah, man. And like, you do a good job and like, you work hard, bro. Like, you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I guess, work, and then you play football on like 4 of those days, and then on Saturday you're with your homies, and like your balance and that stuff I admire, man. I admire you.
But you said life is important. It's important to have a balance, you know.
Yeah.
And then you see also, I also do those things to, you know, inspire you guys, because like I also, like even you've understood something is like my brotherhood, especially of being a brother, a big brother, goes beyond you and Carl, you know. There's Jamie, there's Musk, there's Kahush, you know, like
there's a lot of
so
us.
many people
There's a
who
lot of
even
us.
I might not consider right now in my head that, you know, tell me, oh, you're my big brother, you know. So I've realized as much as I'd like to enjoy and everything, I have to be someone good enough to look up to, or, you know, to set a good enough track, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Coach was like, I will Tupac like I should.
Yeah. They don't know. Went over the head.
Yeah, everybody felt it's cool.
But it's easy.
Yeah.
Anyways, like now, to the last question before we close is, what advice would you give siblings out there struggling? Because, you know, there's many of them.
Yeah.
Some of them we know personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what advice would you give them to try and mend their relationship, especially towards, maybe you could give from a young brother to a big brother, and then I could give from a big brother to a young brother.
From actually, let me give from a like
Whichever.
how to treat your younger siblings.
Yeah.
So like, because like my girlfriend, sometimes I find her arguing with like her sisters, and I'm like, yo, like chill, like, you know what, like, you know, I used to be in that position where you're shouting at her for stepping in your room or some stuff, or like wearing your clothes.
Yeah.
And just, you know, like, words hurt more than anything. Like I'd prefer we fought fists than an argument.
Yeah.
Because every time we argue, like, the words keep playing back in my head. But like every time we fought fists, like 2 days later, I was easy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like, just understand and like, just be nice to each other, I guess. Just be nice to each other.
No. Words is whatever. And there's even a verse in the Bible that says words are the tongue has both the power of life and death. Now, that's how important, or that's how powerful, you know, your words are.
Yeah.
For me, basically, I just say is there's a lot of reasons why siblings rival or fight, you know, and there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is admitting there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
And then now you work to finding what are the underlying issues or what were the issues of that whole thing. And then I also think seeking professional help doesn't hurt. You get?
There's nothing wrong with it, by the way.
You get, yeah?
Yeah.
See, because you see what you actually just shared to us, like, because of that, you are able to find out 1, 2, 3, and, you know, it's able for you to whatever. Yeah, so.
And you can never stop learning, man. Like, who says I won't go back to doing therapy in the future? Yeah. Yeah, just, I know that stuff's expensive, so like maybe I get my own money.
Yeah.
And I pay for it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, as you said, understanding is key, man. Like, just understand each other, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have any parting words, anything you want to say.
Yeah, just a shout out to all people that tuned in, like artists, supporters, fans, family, friends. And yeah, if you have a dream, chase it. There's no excuses in life, only like yourself. If you really want something, the only thing that can stop you is you. That's what I believe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. For those who have listened this far, we really appreciate it. For all the siblings out there, we hope that you've had something to learn from this little discussion we've had. And thank you so much. We really appreciate. Remember that today's episode is brought to you by the Healthy Hub. So check them out online or on social media. And see you next week. Have a lovely week.